Hi, welcome to Heal Yourself Therapies. I would like to share something with you this time about a way of improving your health, a way of getting yourself to a great place physically and mentally as well. And that is by using your body wisdom to guide you to eat the right foods. Now, there are lots of ways of choosing food, lots of ways, and there are lots of tests you can do now, and hair tests, and all kinds of tests. What I've discovered and what I've been using over the last year and a half is a system that's very simple. It's a system that I've used for years for other things, and it's a system where I get into contact with my body wisdom, and my body wisdom literally tells me whether I can eat some food or whether I can't, whether I can eat certain kinds of food or whether I can't. And the system I use is what's called ideomotor signaling. Now, you may have heard things like muscle testing. That's the same principle. It's a way of you getting your body to answer. But before I go into that, I want to tell you something about food first. Food is not what it used to be. Food has a lot of challenges. Choosing the right food these days has a lot of challenges. But I think that there's one very, very sound principle that if you follow this principle, you will improve your lifestyle if you're not following it already. Obviously, if you've already got a great diet, then that's great. The principle is this. I've got no preference. If you like meat, eat meat. If you don't like meat, don't eat meat. You know, if you like to eat fish, eat fish. It doesn't matter. Okay? But if you can follow this principle, then you'll be fine. And the principle is this: on your plate every day, there should be 60 to 70% of what is on your plate alive. What does that mean? That means that the food that you have on your plate should be vegetable, and if you can, not cooked. But if it is cooked, lightly cooked, not boiled to hell. But that's the key, that there's always something alive. A dead plate is a plate of non-vegetables or vegetables that have been overcooked and nothing else. You know, like for example, steak and chips. That's a dead plate. There's nothing there that's alive. Fish and chips, there's nothing there that's alive. A pizza is dead. The reason is because it's all either processed, and the other tip is any processed food, none. Do not have processed food. You'll find out anyway when you do your body wisdom. My body wisdom does not allow me to have any processed food. Any processed food that I check with my body wisdom, I'm told no. Why? Because it's got heaps of salt in, it's got heaps of sugar in, it's been cooked and manipulated. And so imagine the vital force in food. Food has a vital force. And that's what, we are what we eat. If we are alive and we eat things that are alive, that's good. But if we are alive and we eat things that are dead, and I don't want to sound like, I'm not making this, oh, your food's dead. What I mean is, it doesn't have any vital force. Okay? Yes, it gives you other things, but you want vital force. So if you believe that you need meat to give you the proteins that you need, eat your meat, no problem. But make sure that you're eating something that's alive as well. Okay? Because because the meat is definitely dead. This guaranteed, it is dead. Unless you have it really rare, and a good vet could bring it back to life, but don't recommend that. That's the first thing. The second thing is then to start to identify what you can eat. And how do you do that? There are various ways. There are ways like using a pendulum, things like that. But I find it much easier just to use a simple yes-no signaling from your body wisdom. And how do we do that? Right, let me show you. And this is, I'm showing you up here, but I want you to do this with your hands resting on a surface, okay, for the moment. So what you do is you rest your hands on a surface and you hold these two fingers just up a little bit. But you hold them almost like, not on purpose, they're just up, but they're floating there, okay? And then what you do is you ask your body wisdom the question, right? And now what I do is I take the food that I'm thinking about eating, I put it in front of me, I put it in between my hands, I look at it and I say yes or no. And what my mind does, it will give me a yes signal, which happens to be this one, and it'll drop like that, or it'll give me a no signal, and that's it. Okay? How do we set that up? Well, what you have to do is you have to kind of practice it, and you have to get the confidence of your body wisdom, and I'll explain how we do that in a moment. But basically what you do is this: you put your hands like this. Now at the beginning it's all very, your mind saying, well, I'll just be making it up, I'm just moving it myself, I can't trust in that. What I want you to do is put your hands like this, right? And you can practice this as soon as you watch this video, or you can stop the video and practice it. What you're going to do is put your hands like this and you say inside of your mind, okay, I would like to communicate with my body wisdom, the part that understands me, the part that knows about me, the part that takes care of my physical body, right? And then you say, I would like to communicate with you. Will you show me on my fingers a yes signal? And then you wait. And you wait. Okay? And you do nothing. You do not do nothing. You don't move your fingers. You don't do anything. You just keep the fingers like relaxed and static. Okay? And then what you'll find is that maybe not the first time, you may need to do this a couple of times, a couple of 3 times, but you'll find out once your mind, your body wisdom understands that you're serious about this, it will give you a yes signal. Okay? And you say, will you give me a yes signal? I'll ask now. I'll ask my body wisdom. Okay, see if it's going to play with me here. Body wisdom, will you give me a yes signal, please? So that people can see the yes signal. Okay. Now, did you see it? That was the yes signal. Now, will you give me a no signal, please? Body wisdom. Okay. I am not doing that. I want you to understand, I'm not moving my fingers. When you do it, you will know when it's happening itself, because most people, when I do this with people and I coach them, they get a shock and they go, oh, that's really weird, right? That's the feeling. It's like, wait a minute, it's doing it itself. Our bodies really want to help us. Remember, as long as you've got the intention that you're going to use this for the highest good, your highest good, your body will help you. It will give you a yes or no. Okay? So, once you've established, practice it a few times, please give me another yes signal. And once you get the yes signal and you're fairly happy, you know which finger it is. As it happens, my yes signal is always on my right. And then you say, will you give me the no signal, please? And then once you've got that no signal, yeah. And by the way, this is doing it. It's following my lead. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it for your benefit. This is what happens. But I've done this for a long time. I've done this for 20 years, okay? So I've got the confidence. Now, let's talk about the confidence before I tell you what to do. Your body wisdom, just like everything else. I mean, you can use this to connect to your higher self and other things, but we're talking about body wisdom here. It's not a mug. right? And it takes its job very, very seriously. And it takes your health very, very seriously. So when you ask it, yes or no, it's genuinely going to tell you yes or no. So, for example, I'll do it now. Normally I have the food in within, so I can pick up on the energy. My body wisdom can pick up on the energy, but I'll ask it now. Right, body wisdom, can I eat mineral salt? No, and it's a very strong no, because I have an issue with salt. Right, so I've had to cut it out of my diet. I'm talking about additional salt, not natural salt that's in food. All food has natural salt, and I'm fine with that. So if I ask the question, can I eat salt? And if I get a no, I mustn't eat salt. Right? It isn't, well, yeah, it said no, but I'll have it anyway because it's so lovely. Okay? You must take seriously what it tells you, because if it tells you no and then you do it, after that you won't be able to trust in the answers. It won't trust you. It'll just give you random stuff, and I know that because it happened to me. It just gives you random answers. It tells you what you want to hear, yeah, and off you go. Right? So please, you must respect this. If you have food and you love that food and you think, if it tells me no, I'm not going to be able to, I'm going to still eat it, don't ask. Only ask if you are really prepared to do this. All right? So it's please, I want you to be serious about this. Don't mess with it. Don't play around with it, because that's not the purpose of it. And after that, it won't work for you. Yeah? But it's only if you really feel that there's something happening in your diet that's not good, you feel that you've got some kind of allergy, or you've got some kind of thing that isn't sitting well with you when you eat it, and you're not sure, then you can use this, and your body wisdom will tell you. Let me tell you what happened to me. I was having terrible reactions to I don't know, every day my face would swell up, and I'd have really baggy eyes, and I just felt listless and agitated, and I also felt addicted to certain substances, which is important because we tend to get addicted to the things that we have allergic reactions to. So I thought, I've really got to sort this out. I didn't like what was happening. I was uncomfortable. I looked like shit. And I just thought, okay, let's do this. So I started to use my body wisdom with every food. It was devastating. I was just having to discard foods, onions, garlic, coffee, tea, because caffeine, I have a very strong reaction to caffeine. I kind of knew it, but I dismissed it because I loved coffee. No coffee, no tea, okay? And no salt. I had a massive reaction to salt, and once I discovered that, I was on the road to recovery, in truth. So now all these things were agitants. They were agitating my body. I think there's a certain age you get to. When you're young, you can just about eat anything because your body's young and it copes. But as you get older, your body just can't. It isn't that it can't deal with the crap. It does. It just doesn't want to deal with the crap anymore. It's dealt with the crap for so long, it's time for it to stop. And so it starts giving you a message, this is not good for you. And it gives you a message either through pain or illness or discomfort or just looking not good. So probably this goes out to people who are getting to that stage, who are noticing that things aren't right. All right, and I know you've got, for example, I dropped out gluten, and it wasn't because I had a reaction to it, but I was told it's when I get a no, I just leave it. And I found lots of other ways of getting like that kind of source of bread that I miss. Now I use rice flour, and my body loves rice flour, and I can make lovely things with rice flour and eggs and everything. So that's what you do. You start every food that you start to eat, you ask the question, right? And my suggestion is, before you cook it, ask. Okay? Ask. Now, what I do is, if I'm in the supermarket, I don't do it now because I know I've been through the lot. I know what I can and what I can't. Sometimes check stuff out just to be sure. And sometimes things change as well. I think as your body heals as well, then things can be tolerated a little bit more. But you always check. You always check. If it said no, check again. If it says no, well, no. But when I'm in the supermarket, I'll pick something up and I'll do my fingers there, yes or no. And it'll tell me there and then. If it's a no, I put it back again. So you can actually, what you can do is you don't have to waste food. Right? You don't have to waste food. Don't buy it unless you've got a yes. And once you've got a yes, buy it. But where am I? What has this done to me? Basically, I eat fish, I eat eggs, and the rest of and I eat rice flour in many combinations. But eggs, fish, and rice flour, and the rest of my diet is only vegetables and fruit. Vegetables and fruit. Okay? And that's it. Is it boring? Absolutely not. It is the nicest. I am excited about eating every day of my life. I get excited about my food. I've got lemon juice all over it. It's the tangiest, tastiest food ever. And I never, ever eat pre-prepared food. Never. Right? Why? Because it taught me no. And so I don't. And I've got an issue with salt, so even worse. But pre-prepared food is not food. It's dead. It's dead. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Your body can get something out of it, but it's dead. It's not going to give you the life force. What are the benefits of it? Well, in a year, I lost 10 kilos. So I suppose, what's that? 20 pounds. So a stone and something. In a year, I have gone from feeling anxious and listless and not having energy to having endless energy. Endless. I feel stronger and younger and more vital now than I did a year ago. I also stopped drinking alcohol because I was told no. And that was also a good thing. So if you are feeling that your life is not going the way that you want, if you look in the mirror and you're not happy with what you see, you're not happy with how you look, you're not looking well, vibrant, fresh, then, and that doesn't matter what age you are, you can still, be older and still have that vibrancy. You know what you like when you know what you're used to seeing, and then if suddenly something starts going wrong and you're not seeing what you're used to seeing, you know that there's something wrong. And normally it's your diet. The diet is the basis of everything else, I believe. The diet can lead you to health, or it can lead you to illness. It just depends on the diet that you choose. Okay? Now, the next time that we talk, I want to talk about something else that I've done which has also completely changed my life, and it's intermittent fasting. But I'll leave that for another subject because this video is long enough. Okay? So please start to practice. Get the confidence of your body wisdom. Make yourself calm as you're doing it. Calm yourself down. Take some nice breaths before you start. Talk to your body wisdom. Please show me a yes. And then just wait. If it doesn't happen the first time, do it again. And do it again. I mean, lots of us don't have the confidence of our body wisdom. Our body wisdom thinks that we're stupid because we stuff all kinds of crap in our face. So we need to build the confidence. Just you listening to this and me talking about your body wisdom will have built the confidence in your body wisdom. So maybe you'll get an instant reaction because your body wants you to be well. Yeah? So maybe you'll get a reaction straight away. But if you don't, just keep at it until you do. And then trust. Have confidence in that answer, even if it seems like the most ridiculous thing that it says no. For example, I remember I used to put cinnamon in my rice pudding, and I asked cinnamon and it said no. And I was going, oh, for goodness sake, cinnamon, I love cinnamon. But then I stopped taking it and I felt better. it said no to garlic. Oh my God, garlic and fried onions. Oh my God. No. So remember to do this. You've got to be brave. You're going to make sacrifices. But I promise you that when you come out the other end, you will be a healthier person, you'll be a thinner person, and you'll be a more energetic person, because you're eating what your body can handle and what your body wants. Not what you want for your body, but what your body actually wants. So I hope that's been valuable. Please comment, let me know how you get on. Let me know if you can get your finger signaling, and also let me know what surprises you have had, what foods you have had to stop eating and you didn't know. Yeah. And also longer down the line, let me know the results. Yeah, what differences are you feeling? How's your energy level? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll see you later.